Hello, Termites. It's a very exciting edition of Storytime. Because why? This is why I like Twitter. I have met many people on the road, backstage. I've invited them back from Twitter, people that I like their accounts. And then I just, I don't know, I just think they're super cool people. Instagram people, cool. They just want a picture, though, and they just leave, which is fine, too. Twitter people, they're short and sweet. They say what they want to say, then they go. Here's a great thing, though. Look, one of my Twitter friends sent me this. A brand new Tanya book compared to my old one that literally is falling apart. And it's signed. Look at that. And he doesn't know where these came from, but there's pictures of Tanya at a book signing at a Super Crown. I can't remember the last time I've seen a Super Crown. So this says it was in 1997. How crazy is that, right? So now I have a brand new book. Now, for you super nerds, it's going to be confusing because we're not on the same page anymore. Because there's more pages in the hardback, so we've regressed. We're back to page 129. And then I got a letter from my Twitter pal because I sent him a CD, and he was nice enough. This is from Rob and his husband Jason. They live in Milwaukee. They came to my taping. Very cool. And it's just nice. Sometimes, social media surprises you because sometimes there's a lot of jackasses on there. I've been known to block a few people here and there. I've muted more because you mute them and they don't even know it. It's kind of even meaner. Not meaner, it just solves the problem. So I know the geeks are going to be upset, myself included, that the pages aren't the same, but yeah, I can't help it. And this is a wonderful present. It's in great shape. It's like nobody ever, and they put the plastic, somebody did. I don't know if Rob did it or whatever. Okay, so where we left off, and what are we drinking? Erath. It's about $16. Very light Pinot. That's my thing, light, because I don't want to wake up with giant, what do they call it? Tannin hangovers. Just perfect. Where we left off was Tanya is signing with this company called Far Out. And they're like the management, music label, all that crap. And I'm predicting it's not going to work. That's what I'm saying. Because I don't think you should sign with anybody who's named themselves Far Out. I think that's the first red flag, and it's enormous. It's on fire. It's so red. So she was all excited, though. I got sucked right in. The idea of me being in charge of my life and career is just what I needed to hear to sell me on Far Out, like a good little client, so I read all that. So she's all excited. And I don't have to read about that paragraph because I already read it to you guys. We even brought my sister LaCosta to them. All they did for her was put her out on the road playing shows in some of the worst dives on the West Coast. There was no thought given to building her as a star or to finding big, substantial hit songs she needed to sustain a lengthy career. She also moved to Los Angeles because Far Out thought it would be a good career move. All it did was take us both away from Nashville, the town that had the songs and support we needed. So now you got two Tuckers running around Los Angeles. I'm going to guess Tanya's a little more wild than LaCosta. I'm going to say probably a lot more wild. Soon after I moved to LA, we started recording TNT, and Steve's gold prediction that I'd go platinum proved right. TNT was my first million-selling album, the one that almost killed my career. What? I told you. When I hear TNT now, I know it wasn't a great record, and I know I didn't have any more control over that record than I ever had. I had far more input with Crutchfield. There are great records, and there's great hype. Any artist knows when they've done good work and when it's just a record company machine that's working. But that's when you have the marketing dollars, the hottest publicist, in short, the biggest push. TNT had the push. You could sell records and book concerts dates on hype, but you can't sustain a career on it. That is right. I agree with Tanya. I've seen so many comedians, they go up real fast, but boy, that road is rocky on the way down. Very rocky. I am more of the little engine that could. A slow build. I prefer a slow build than overnight anything. What I want to know wait. You can sell records and book concerts, dates on hype, but you can't sustain a career on it. Want to know what I did during most of those sessions? I learned to play ping pong while we waited for hours until Jerry Goldstein felt moved to arrive at the studio. Huh. Just ping pong. I wouldn't say that's something you really learn. I mean, you just play it, right? I have. I was all right. I mean, I wasn't like those people you see in the Olympics where I'm standing 18 feet away from the ping pong table and balls are flying at 100 miles an hour. But, you know, for bar good, I'd say I'm bar good. MCA was paying for musicians and studio time for all those hours. He held us up. The people we held up were a formidable bunch, too. Phil Everly and LaCosta sang backup on Lover Goodbye. Mickey Raphael played harmonica on Not Far Away. John Prine sang on Angel from Montgomery. Jim Steele and Dash Crofts accompanied me on The River and the Wind. They pulled in great musicians, Billy Joe Walker Jr., John Hobbs, so-and-so and so-and-so. There was all that talent playing ping pong for hours with the singer waiting on the producer. Well, you got to make some calls in and tell this man, Jerry Goldstein, get a slow turtle ass in there. While I was cooling my heels waiting on Jerry in the studio, Steve was working with MCA to market TNT with a 6-driven sales machine. The clothing selected for my photo shoots was all leather and spandex. On the album cover, I appeared in black leather pants with a microphone cord pulled between my legs. On the inside fold was the infamous red-hot spandex backless body stocking shot. I don't remember that, but I've never seen this album. I guess I'll have to Google what went on here. The cover was outrageous to many, and all the more so because people were used to looking at my album covers portraying me with a puppy or at least looking fairly demure. To add fuel to the fire, Far Out took an ad out in Hustler that said, TNT, this album will make your ears hard. Oh my God. My parents hit the fan. Yeah, we haven't heard about Daddy in a while. What's Daddy got to say about all this? Dad was beside himself trying to find out how the Hustler ad came about, who was responsible and who okayed it. I don't know if anybody actually okayed that ad, but I admit I liked it at the time. I thought it was kind of cool. And back then, if somebody wanted ad copy approval, I'd have given it. I think I was like a lot of girls in the late teens. On one hand, I still wanted a tomboy, wanted to ride horses and goof off, but at the same time, I was also starting to look cool and sexy. I had my parents trying to hold me back, but I also had management team pushing the sex bit right out front. Far Out canceled over $1 million worth of country concerts and set up a tour of rock clubs across America. That is not a good idea. I'm telling you, this will not end well with Far Out. You cannot be switching genres when you started at 13 with Delta Dawn. Whew. What was everybody thinking? It was a terrible decision. Thank you. Since even though those clubs might have been hip, they didn't pay like a fair or a festival show. By the time Far Out was so much in control, we were doing anything they told us to. We didn't get good response at the rock clubs, so it appeared. Oh, we did get good response at the rock clubs, so it appeared we were on the right track. The album sales were strong. Far Out had predicted, and our live show was good. The concert reviews were great. They paid tribute to my performance and the band's underlying Leon Russell type hot rock and soul feel. I thought those things were great until the revisionist articles began appearing. One article had a headline that said, Tanya Tucker forsakes Nashville. That is not what you want to happen if you're Tanya. It's all going the wrong way right now. Why? Because you didn't listen to your gut. And you shouldn't have signed with Far Out. So, we're going to leave that there for tonight. She kind of looks like, who's the lady, the K Jeweler lady? Jane Seymour. Very much so. She looks, can you zoom in on that? She looks like Jane Seymour in these photos. All right, termites. Well, I've watched Little Fires Everywhere, watching that. And I'm very excited about the ESPN 30 for 30 about Bruce Lee, because my brother had a poster of him in his bedroom when he was about 12 and 13, and all I knew is that he's like a karate guy, but I don't really know anything else. So I'm excited to see that. And that's really all I got for you, termites. Get yourself a nice drink, put in your pajamas, tuck yourself in, and in the words of Ron White, say to yourself quietly, night, night, termite.